What's happening in South Korea? You may know South Korea is an East Asian nation on the southern half of the Korean peninsula, and it's one of the most visited countries in the whole wide world. But recently, as birth rates falls South Korea's population, it declines the posing threat to the economy. So only in the year 2020, 275 babies were born. That's 10% less than 2019. Now that's just in 2020. 307,764 people have died, either of old age or due to the pandemic. Think of the major threats to South Korea, and its nuclear armed neighbor North Korea may come to mind, but a subtler risk to South Korea's future well-being lies with its borders, a shrinking and a rapidly aging population. The concern was underscored this weekend with the release of census data that shows South Korea's population fell in 2020 for the first time on record. A declining number of newborns was succeeded by a growing number of deaths, according to the census data released by the South Korean government. For years, population experts have warned that the demographic trends in South Korea, like those in Japan, show declining growth, a bad signal for replenishing the labor force and carrying tireless people that become larger share of society. It was the nuclear to what extent the coronavirus pandemic may be exacerbating the population problem. The roughly 100 deaths in South Korea attributed to COVID-19 did not affect the basic outcome, but the Bank of Korea, in regular economic appraisal, reported last week that the pandemic will exert a negative impact on the nation's marriage and birth rate, leading to an acceleration of aging in the population. Successive South Korea governments have sought to counter the declining birth rate by offering financial incentives but for couples to have more children. But a growing number of young South Koreans are still choosing to remain single. When they do marry, they are doing so later in life and usually have only one child, or none at all. The trend is rooted in an economic downturn that has disproportionately affected South Korea's young adults, who said they are inundated by unaffordable housing and rising unemployment. If I had to choose between having a career and a rising child, I have no doubt whatsoever that I will choose my career, said Lim Jin-won, a university student in Changyong, just south of Seoul. I'm not going to let child raising block my career. Lin Sing-lin, a researcher at the government-funded Korea Institute for Health and Social Affairs, said that the young South Koreans have no confidence that their lives will get better in the future. The latest package of the government endorsement was introduced for a few weeks ago by the President Moon Jae-in, offering a monthly allowance of 300,000 won, or about $274, for every newborn and an infant up the age of one starting in 2022. So, what do you guys think about this whole situation? I want to know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notification if you want more content related like this. And please leave a comment down below so I can see what you guys are thinking about this whole situation. So, I'm sorry for my editing. It's been acting up recently, but have a nice day or night.